Okay, so another machete here. This is a Pakistani-made Damascus steel machete. It's about 28 inches overall length. The blade's about 22 1/4. It weighs right at 2 pounds. And back here at the handle, the steel's about 3/16 and gets a little skinnier up here, but it's still a hefty blade. When I initially got this machete, as soon as I took it out of the box, I knew it was not for me due to the length and weight and my general size. It's not going to work in that motion. That's already kind of a taxing feeling on my arm, and I know if I was going to do a lot of cutting with it, this wouldn't be the one. And typically, I like to collect machetes, and in this particular category of one that costs this much, if I'm going to pay this much for it, I definitely want it to be 100% functional and usable, where if I'm going to go in the woods and cut with it, I can cut all day and know it's going to be durable, quality, hold up, and not be excessively taxing on me to use. So when I got it and realized it was too heavy, I thought, well, it's not really fair to demo this guy's machete and then send it back to him and get my refund. So I wasn't going to initially review it, but I don't know how this even happened. When I went to go return it, it generated me the pre-return label, put it on the box, sent it out. About 2 weeks later, the box shows back up at my house as undeliverable. Now I'm having a little difficulty getting up with the seller, and no, it didn't come directly from Pakistan. It came from inside the United States. So not exactly sure what's going on, but I may just decide to keep it now instead of continually hassling with it. But what I may do is I may actually reduce the blade length, and then it may get into a better weight, length, balance for me, and be much more practical for me to use. But overall, the machete is what I would consider really good quality. The handle's put on with a good amount of rivet type pins. They're all filed down very nicely, very smooth with the handle. The wood on the handle is really nice and smooth. It's contoured very nice with the blade. There's no sharp ridges or anything sticking up. The blade, it's a little bit weird. Mostly the blade is pretty good and sharp. I would give the average part of the blade here probably a 7 on sharpness, but there's one area right here about the width of my hand, right in here, that's just bad. It's probably a 5, but it still wouldn't take that long with a file to work this and get it really sharp. So anyway, I just wanted to basically talk about this in case anyone was looking and wanting to consider a Damascus steel machete, and I'll just kind of show it close up. It's got a little nick or a little ding on the end of the blade on the point, not a big deal. Let's see if I can, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It's bent a little bit. Came like that. Not sure how that happened, but see the thickness. But I would consider it overall good quality. If I was 6'2" and 225 pounds and a fairly strong guy at that weight and height, this may be the ideal machete for me. But at 5'9" and 175, 80 pounds, depending on how much I decide to eat, this one is it's just too much machete. It would just wear you out in the woods. And like I said, I like to have them where they're practical, especially for this amount of money. Now, I do buy some lesser expensive ones from time to time just to demo them and look at them and do a review on them and talk about them for a minute in case anybody else is wondering. Those may not be the most practical ones, but in this type of money range, if I'm going to spend this, I want it to be 100% usable. And right now, currently for me, it is not. So I'm not saying it's bad quality or anything like that. It's just consider that when you're buying one. This one did not have a weight specification with it. It told the overall length. And I could tell it had a thicker type blade, a hefty blade, but I had no idea. I wasn't expecting it. When I got it out of the box and picked it up, I was like, oh no, man, it's not what I would ever use. So anyway, I may, like I said, shorten it and do some more review on it and see how it does in the woods and sharpen the blade. But anyway, just wanted to talk quickly about a Damascus steel machete from Pakistan. And if you see one of these, I think they're good quality, and I think they would actually hold up pretty well for you. All right, that's it. Have a good one.